want to be able to pay for that you can't afford for right now. You want to be able to pay your bills. You want to make sure your kids have more than they have right now. You want to be able to tell yourself, hey, you know what? You deserve a decent meal. Let's go out and have one. We don't need to go into the refrigerator and make leftovers again. Let's go out and have a night with the spouse, significant other, and just live up for a night. And just cut back and not worry about what the that check is going to say it is required to pay for it. I'm not worrying about my car payments. I'm not worrying about my mortgage being paid. I'm not worrying about how much it's going to cost for child's education. Because at this point, some of you should be thinking, hey, you know what? I was stressing about putting my kids through college and how expensive it is. Fuck college. Fuck that shit. Okay? This is college. This is really real shit. Okay? You're seeing proof of it. You don't see proof that you're going courses, paying all that fucking money, stressing about tests. They ain't gonna do a fucking thing for you when you get out there and try to do that job. When you finally get yourself in those positions, you're gonna think about, what the fuck does this got to do with all those stupid ass exams and those fucking laboratory experiments that I had to do for college? I'm not doing anything for this shit. And I'm worried about working for this fucking asshole that's trying to tell me I can't have off next fucking week because Carl's been here one fucking week longer than me, and I can't have this fucking week off. That's the shit you want to do? That's the shit that you do for your life. What? No. Carve out your own path. You have the skill sets now. You have that. You just don't have the experience yet. And stop listening to these fucking people telling you that you're wasting your fucking time. Look around. People are doing it. Be encouraged. I'm not sock puppeting people in fucking FTMO. These people are coming to me showing you the fucking receipts. I got people showing you with live accounts, with fucking withdrawals, bank fucking statements. You didn't do, folks. It's right in front of you. All you got to do is grab the fucking hold of it and just say, that's it. This shit is mine. I'm not letting go of it. I will do this. I don't give a fuck. Please, I don't give a shit. You just watch me. You watch where I'm going with this information. That's how you should be thinking about it. Don't let these motherfuckers steal it from you. Don't let your family steal it from you. Don't let your coworkers steal it from you. Your fucking is part-time right now. You're firing his fucking ass. Or her, instead of ladies, because ladies can be my wife. And she's about to whip my ass when I get back in this house. I'm sorry. Hey, she's the queen. Do you feel better? Do you feel better than you did before we got on? Do you feel energized? Or do you feel beaten down and discouraged? Because I had everybody around, everybody said, you're never going to be able to do this. It's a pipe dream. You're never going to be able to do it. You're going to be working just like the rest of us. Well, the only thing true about that statement is the rest of us in that group of family members and friends, they've been working for the last 50 fucking years plus. I'm not. I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do, whenever the fuck I want to do it. And I don't look at price tags. And if that bothers you and that sounds arrogant, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm not doing it to be arrogant. I'm telling you, this is what you're here to do. Learn how to make fucking money. And I am teaching you for free. Some of you think that you should be telling me how to teach you. You don't know shit. You don't know anything. You have expectations. That's not understanding. That's expectations. I just want you to put the work in that's going to require a daily devotion to this. On weekends too. But be diligent about it. And there's going to be every excuse in the fucking book. Every possible distraction is going to be, I gotta do this. This is the reason why I'm failing. I got this in the back of my mind. I can't do this because this is bothering me. You got to sort that shit out. 1440. You're agile and you got to make it work. There's no easy fixes for that. Your family life is a fucking mess right now and you can't find time to trade. You fix it. That's how you do it. Okay. That means if you have to get a different job, that's it. Your children are children. I don't want to see you doing what I did because it cost. It scarred me. It scarred my children, my family. They didn't get a dad. They had a ghost that they saw once in a while, that I was chained to these charts, chained to these markets. Yeah, they don't want for anything, but they wanted me. And I was not there. I was checked out. And I'm telling you, it's easy to say, well, I'll live like that for a year or two until I get it. What if it happens to be a little bit longer for you? 1 year turns into 5 real quick and you don't realize it. You ever play video games? How many times have you played video games and realized, I've been playing for 5 fucking hours? I don't realize I've been playing for 5 hours. I ain't taking a piss. I ain't had anything to eat. And I can't even feel my ass. Yeah, That's how fast you can get tied up into this stuff and lose all train of thought. And that's why it's like in casinos. They don't put clocks on the walls. They don't want you to realize how much time you've been there wasting putting money in these slot machines. And that's what retail traders do. You need to have a balanced approach to this. No more than 2 hours. Honestly, about an hour a day is optimal. Studying. On the weekends, 2 hours. If you do more than that, you're binge watching and you're taking time from something else. So you have to have a balanced approach to doing this and not let any other outcomes mess you up. Don't let it discourage you. Don't let it distract you. Don't let it give you perfect little excuses to be doing something other than the things that you're supposed to be doing. And don't look at anybody else's progress or results, whether they be good or bad, have any impact on you. Should you be encouraged? Yeah, sure. If they're doing well, support the community members. That's good. But don't look at someone's results if it's positive and say, what am I doing that my results aren't like that? Fuck that. That's ass backwards. Don't do that. Because what you're trying to do is keep up with the Joneses. And you can't do that in trading because there's always going to be somebody that's going to be making more than you, bought more, sold more, held longer, got in earlier. Like that's the stupid shit that goes on in traders. You don't need it. The model I literally put together on YouTube that's straight right to the point. There's 41 videos. That literally is all you need. I took everything and condensed it into one individual model that will never stop working. I am not changing anything with the fucking algorithm. It's not going to change. It's not going to stop working. When we have no longer any access to the marketplace, that's when it stops working. Is that plain enough for you? Is that straight to the point? No bullshit. Yes, you have a model that works. It's very few rules to it. You have a specific time of day to look for the setups. That's trading. That is trading. Having rules, a process, and following it. And accepting the fact that some do it wrong and lose money. Guess what? That's what everybody endures. You have to go through that. And don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of that experience of, I thought I did everything right, but I lost. See, you're trying to find the video where I cover how to avoid that. When the video I put out was handling drawdown and an inevitable loss or losing something to that effect. So I'm telling you, you're going to lose money. You're going to absolutely lose money. You're going to have losing trades. You're going to have everything in the chart indicate to you that it is likely to do a specific thing, and you're going to find the courage to push the button, and when it happens, it fails. What? Yeah, it fails. What's the it? You did it. Your decision was wrong. The concepts didn't fail. The market didn't do you wrong. You made a decision that was inaccurate, and you have to own that. And there is liberation when a trader comes to that mindset and says, you know what, I didn't do that right. But guess what? It doesn't change anything. It just means that I had to pay for that mistake. And that mistake gives me experience. I make money in the next trade or the trades after this, and I come back from that drawdown. It will be an encouragement that all this was a skinned knee. I got a boo-boo. I got a paper cut. It didn't remove my head cleanly and lose my account or make it impossible for me to trade again. It didn't remove your arsenal. It hones you. It makes you trust the fact that you can come this when you have a losing trade or losing trades. Some of you are not even in a position where you've even endured that yet. You can have that one feel-good moment, and it's not a dream. It's not an imagination on your part. It's something that you really did, and you really took money out, and you really spent it, and you really achieved something. You really rose to the occasion, and you made all your fucking friends and your family look like assholes because you could throw it in their fucking face and say, you piece of shit, you tried to hold me back, you talked down to me, you said I was never going to do it, fuck you, and shove it up their ass. That's what you're thinking. That's what you're thinking. That's exactly, and you're nodding your fucking head right now, the ones that know that's what you're thinking. You know that's what you want to do. You want to be able to stick it to them and say, but it's creating such an emotional and psychological attachment to what you're trying to do. It's going to be the very reason why you fail, because you're putting an all or nothing idea behind it. It's the be all end all. It's the only way it can happen. It has to happen this way and only this way, because you can't imagine it doing it any other way, because you don't have the experience of seeing what you've learned that is consistently delivered. You just want it to happen that one good time, that one good stretch of 4 weeks or so that you can get that first withdrawal. Then it's real, because it could be a scam until that happens, right? This game is difficult, folks. It's all happening between your ears. In your mind, you think that chart's going to run against you when it's probably not. Or you think it's going to run in your favor when it's probably not. You think it's not going to go anywhere today. It's going to be a consolidation day, and then it tears off. Big range day. All these things create what if. Not what if. What if doesn't make you money. What you do makes or loses money. You have to have discipline. You have to have rules that say engaging. And guess what else you have to have? Rules where it tells you you're disengaging. You're not going to do something anymore. And that's not weakness, backpedaling. That's not retreating. That is, we beat your ass. We're going home to celebrate. And we're going to come back again tomorrow and take some more. That's war. It's not retreat. You're just taking the troops home. Some rest, food, get your mind in the right place again, back out there and battle it again. You're dictating the pace of this war. But some of you are defeating yourself before you even get out there. You're trying to, I need another job. I need another job. I need to take another job and assume more risk because this one didn't pay me like I wanted it to. Now, how are you going to feel if the last job that you were at that just fired you and said you sucked as an employee, you didn't do your job right, and you go in and you start at another company, you got a chip on your shoulder, and a new boss says, hey, look, we don't do things around here like that. In your mind, the first thing that's going to come to mind is, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Dude, I don't need to work this job. I can get another job. I found this job when I wasn't even looking for it. That kind of shit. That's the kind of stuff I said when I was a young man. I had lots of jobs. I'd walk out of jobs, quit, and fucking tell them to go kiss my ass because I didn't want that. But that chip on your shoulder is the same thing you will have if you have a losing trade. You now are going into another job, and you're going to create that job. You're going to find a job. The job is the next trade, but you're not prepared to go to work for another company because you're salty because you just got fired and your last trade fired you. You're no longer employed. You're not gained from the marketplace because that trade fired your ass. You got a chip on your shoulder. You need to tell somebody off. Well, they fired you. They ain't giving you a time or stage to be heard. So what are you going to do? You're going to go and press the button again. Now you're employed again, but you have a chip on your shoulder and you want to get back what that last job took away from you. Your pride, your bruised ego. You need to prove something. You got to prove something to your spouse. I'm not worthless. I should have never got fired by that other company. That other trade should have never kicked me out. The broker did it to me. The market maker did it to me. The economic counter did it. All these other excuses outwardly. That's not you when it's just you. I'm just reminding you that you're learning something that doesn't have a limit to what you can do with it. But on the same side of that coin, you have to be able to manage yourself responsibly, because on the other side of that coin, you have the likelihood of losing everything and more. And that part is what makes me unpopular, because I remind you every discussion, every time we get together, that this is the really real side of it all. There's risk here, and you're going to lose money, guaranteed you're going to lose money. But losing money is not losing your trading career. That's just a transaction or a series of transactions, just like losing hourly wages from being sick, car breaking down, flat tire. All that shit is an expense. But because you have made this Olympic event of trading, you've made no room. You've allocated absolutely no room for things to go wrong. Things are going to go wrong, folks. It's going to happen. You're not going to do something right in a losing transaction. And if you don't know what you're doing and you rush back in here and try to fix it right away with ill-prepared experience and logic that's lacking, are you going to have blue ribbon results? You're probably going to have a compounded loss. And that feeds on the negative thinking that we talked about earlier. You're going to have more negative thinking and the negative thoughts that propel you into thinking, what? I can't go home and let my spouse see me with this loss. They're going to see me as soon as I come around the corner. They're going to know right away I've lost money, and they're going to ask me, and I don't want to lie to them. I don't want to have to say I lost money because they're going to give me that look. I fucking knew you were going to lose. I told you this was going to end up losing money. We can't afford to lose money. Now, contrast that with if you're going to have your spouse involved in this or aware of what you're doing. You sit down and these are the things I'm going to do if I lose money on this first trade or a trade and it's this much, I stop trading for that day. Now contrast that and you exercise that responsibility and you lose in trade and you leave your trading area, you walk and join back to your family and your spouse sees you and you say, I had a losing trade today. Oh, okay. What happened? Well, this is what my rule said and I had limited it to this, and once I got to that point, I stopped. Now, doesn't that disarm any rethink? Okay, you're reckless. Exactly. It's exactly what it does. You have to be able to present yourself not only to yourself in the mirror every day and say, okay, I'm not reckless. I'm not going out here and doing things on a whim. I'm being responsible with my time, I'm being responsible with this money, and I'm sticking to the rules. And if I incur a loss, I'm following the rules that help me mitigate loss and risk. So that way I don't blow the account. That way I don't fill myself up with toxic thinking, and I don't stress my spouse out. Because I'm telling you, whether you like it or not, if your spouse knows that you're trading, you have now made this a team effort. And it never is easy when it's like that.